so superstars, I'm going to start off by asking this question. How big do you want to grow your business? Let's fast forward 3 to 5 years from now. How much, in 3 to 5 years, how much are you earning in money, in commissions? Or how many closed transactions do you want to have 3 to 5 years from now? Help me out here. Throw me some numbers.
120,000.
120,000. All right. Who else? John, how many, 3 to 5 years from now, how many are we closed or income?
50 plus transactions.
50 plus transactions. I like that. Who else? 70. Who said that? Nesser? 70 transactions. Who else? 3 to 5 years from now?
60 plus.
60 plus transactions. Okay, nice. Anybody else?
100.
75. Manny, you're at 50. You want to get to 75. So my what'd you say? What did you say?
100.
100 closed transactions. Okay, so my personal goal is to see everybody at a minimum of 50 closed transactions, regardless of the time that it takes to get there. Some of you are either already there, some of you will be there in a short period of time, maybe 1 year, 2 years. If it takes 3 to 5 years, so what? We're going to help you. We're going to do everything we can to get you to that number. Okay, so let's use 50 closed transactions. 300,000 in income as just an example. As values go up, 50 closed can be 350, could be 400,000 in income. Okay, so my end goal is to close 50 transactions. Then my ongoing focus today, okay, is going to be to build my past client center of influence database to 500 past clients and center of influence. Okay, that is the end goal. If I want to get to 50 closed transactions, my end goal is going to be to build my database to 500 past clients. If I build a database of great customers and friends, and I connect with them continuously, I will get how much of a return from them each year? Somebody answer that.
10%.
10%. Okay? So if I connect with them and I build that, I'm going to get a 10% return from that single source of business. Now, last week I talked about building 10 different sources of business, okay, that give you 5 to 10 transactions each over the next 2 to 3 years. Why do you want to have so many sources of business? Okay, there's a lot of reasons why you want to have 10 different sources of business giving you 5 deals each a year. But I think the 2 biggest reasons, number 1, you never want to depend on just 1 or 2 sources of business. I know a lot of agents, I know a lot of brokers depend on 1 source of business, and when that source dried up, they were out of business. Okay. Number 2 is the more sources you have, the faster you will build your database. Okay, you will build your database to the number that you want. Okay, 2, 3 years from now, 4 years, you want to get to 500 past clients. Well, all those sources are feeding that right now. So let's talk about the 3 parts to building your real estate dynasty. Okay, there's 3 parts. So ultimately, John, you want to be at 50 closed transactions, 300,000 plus income. There's going to be 3 parts to this process to get you to 50 closed, right? Every couple months, you're putting a new source of business and you're moving things around. But let me go over part 1 of the 3 parts of building your real estate dynasty. Part 1 is accepting the fact that you have to be obsessed with building your database every single day. Okay? So think about that. You have to be obsessed. You got to touch your database every single day. You got to think about it every day. Every day, you have to think about who is that one person, okay, that you're going to add to that database today. Who is that one person? A great list to look off of is in your script book. The last page of your script book, it has maybe 100 different sources that you can think of. Accounting, doctors, attorneys, landscaper, painter. It gives you, says, okay, who are painters that I know that I have worked with in the past that I might be able to put him into my database and start giving him business and he can give me business. Okay? Look off of that list off of your script book. Every family member and friend you should have in your database. Don't take your family for granted. Don't think that you don't have to do any marketing to them. Okay? They know you as family. You got to remind them that you're in the business. Every phone number, every name, every address, every zip code, okay, all that information should be 100% accurate in your database. Okay? Every single past client should be in your database, regardless how good or bad the transaction went. Regardless how good or bad it went, they need to be in your database. If you have past clients that you haven't talked to for 5 or 10 years, so what? Knock on the door, okay? Apologize and say, I just thought of you, or I was just down the street and I wanted to reconnect with you. It's okay to do that. Re-establish those relationships. If you have a past client who lost their home or did a short sale with somebody else, right, or did business with somebody else, so what? Okay, they got over it, the transaction going bad or that you guys didn't talk, reestablish, okay? Reestablish that relationship, okay? Always remember this is part of part 1 in building your database, always remember to adopt the other client of the transaction, okay? You sell a listing, you help your seller buy a new home. Think about this. You got 2 clients there that you need to adopt. One is the buyer that purchased your listing with the other agent. You need to adopt that client into your database. You'll knock on the door, say, I'm the listing agent. Anything that you need, come see me because we have a home warranty with Century 21 and I'm your person to contact. What is your information? And then number 2 is the seller that you help go buy a new home. That seller, okay, that was represented by another listing agent, you should adopt that client, find out where they're moving because you brought the buyer to their home, okay? There's 2 extra clients that you can adopt that you could put into your database. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Part 2 of your real estate dynasty, okay? Part 2 is managing your database. You're in the process of building your database, okay? Now you have to manage your database. And you got to manage it effectively. So number 1, you got to call them every 90 days. These are just ideas, but things that you should do. You must call them every 90 days and bring something of value to that call. Bless you. Number 2 is train them to go out and find you buyers and sellers, right? You don't just want them to buy and sell with you, that you want them to refer you as much business as possible. Number 3, send them a simple postcard every 90 days saying happy holidays, happy summer, happy Father's Day, happy Mother's Day, whatever it is, a simple postcard just saying I'm here and I care. Number 4, send them a newsletter every 90 days. In the newsletter, it's spring again, flower your garden. No, okay? In the newsletter, you're saying this is what I specialize in, okay? Here's a market update in regards to the Las Vegas market. Here is all of my listings or all of my company listings. Or this is what's going on in your zip code. This is your value. This is your appreciation. Bring something that when they see it, and it comes in the mail or email, they look at it and they're waiting for it to see where they're at. Okay? Something of value. Number 5, send them a video or a YouTube video, okay, every 30 days. Talk about the market conditions, how to buy, how to sell, what to look for. Be in their face continuously. Number 6, create a list, okay, 5 to 10%. Stephanie, are you writing this down? Good. Don't go tell everybody else. Okay. Number 6, create a list, 5 to 10% of your database. Make them your AAA clients. Okay? Your AAA clients. AAA clients, you call them every day. Every 30 days. Okay? You want to call them every day? Fine. Call them every 30 days. You're going to give them a little bit extra special service. Number 7, do an appreciation party for your past clients, your center of influence, maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. At least once a year. Okay? Take your AAA clients to dinner, one-on-one. Okay? Take them out. Tell them how much you appreciate all the referrals that they're giving you. Number 9, get movie tickets. One of the great all-time agents in the business is Joan Pate out of Salt Lake City. Had this incredible database, a machine just calling her database, doing 150, 200 transactions a year, making an incredible amount of money, okay? And she's been in the business forever, built this incredible database. That's the biggest source of business. And let me tell you, she works it like a machine, okay? Offers movie tickets, offers, dinner tickets, show tickets. I mean, there's so many things that you can offer your database, and just saying, Betty, Joe, you know, I was just thinking of you. I have tickets to the Runnin' Rebels, or I have tickets to the movie for you and your family. I mean, these are things that you can do for your database, okay? There's so much that you can do when it comes to managing your database. The question is, are you doing it? Are you taking it to the next level? Okay, this is part of building your real estate dynasty. Part 3 to building your real estate dynasty, fast forward 3 to 5 years, okay? 3 to 5 years, I did all these things, I built it, I managed it, and now it's there. John, you're at 500 past clients and center of influence, okay? You manage your database from every different angle, okay? And now this is your one source of business that gives you 50 closed transactions a year. So you're already in it, you're in the zone. We fast forward 3 to 5 years, you're getting all this business. Now, you can choose to eliminate other sources that you have to put the blood and guts and the hard work in. It could be the door knocking, it could be calling expireds, it could be cold calling. Totally up to any of you to do whatever you want. At that point, you can go eliminating other sources that you have to put a lot of effort in. So your database drives a tremendous amount of listings to you, okay? So imagine this. You have one assistant that you delegate, okay, all your administrative side. Think about that. You got 500 past client center of influence. You got 50 deals a year. You're closing 4 deals a month. Okay, you are now working, if you choose to, okay, because you built your database now. You're working 35 to 40 hours a week. Okay, you're earning $300,000, maybe $400,000 a year. You have a life outside of real estate. Let me repeat that. You have a life outside of real estate. That's a thought. Okay? Can you see this, John? Yep. Okay? You don't have to work the weekends anymore. Who still works the weekends? Most of us. Okay? Does this seem like a good life?
Yep.
Is this worth investing the time in one single source that will drive that amount of business to you?
Yes.
If this was already happening, would this be paradise?
Yes.
It would be paradise. Making $300,000-$400,000 a year, working 35 to 40 hours a week. Is that paradise?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let's start working on part 1, okay, so that we can get to part 2. Can you get to part 2 if you don't do number 1? No. Let's get to part 2 so that we can start enjoying part 3 of this. Okay? Who wants part 3 in the real estate business?
I do.
All right. Nice. I think everybody does. I want you guys all to know that paradise is waiting for all of you. All right? So let's make this happen.